And we're back again with another video. Our world is full of violence, no matter where you are. You can be a victim of any bad people around you. That is the main reason why our government created a justice system which puts bad people inside a prison to punish them on their wrongdoings. But there are prisons who are a little bit or far too harsh to its prisoners. So from a prison who is known for its massive violence to a prison with one of the highest homicide rate, here are the top 10 most dangerous prison in the world. So without further ado, let's start. Number 10. Rikers Island Prison. Being in an ordinary prison is one of the worst experiences you could ever have in your life. But how about being in a prison in USA named Rikers Island, which is known for its violence, corruption, and mistreatment to its prisoner, especially to the mental ill ones. One of the guards who served in this prison back in 1990s said that he is scared every time he witnesses human rights violations, such as physical abuse and sometimes even murder inside the prison. Due to its negative image on the people, the government decided to have a tighter security and reforms that made this prison from having 1,000 plus stabbings per year into more or less 70 stabbings incident per year. Though you may think that is a huge improvement, but still it is one of the dangerous prisons in USA. Number 9. Bangkwang Prison. This prison in Bangkok, Thailand is known for its name as Bangkok Hilton. Pretty fancy, right? But it is totally vice versa from its name. This prison is home of the most dangerous people in the country, where they are constantly maltreated by giving them only one bowl of soup every day, and being harassed and tortured physically and mentally through the rest of their stay. These prisoners are put on small cells, and you can distinguish who are in death row and who are not, because a person who is in death row has an iron welded around their ankle, which they have to carry every day until the execution. These prisoners who are in death row has only 2 hours to talk and to say goodbye to their loved ones before their execution, and that is one of the brutal way on surviving this prison. Number 8. Camp 22, North Korea. This prison is built in 1962, and as we all know, the North Korea is very private nation that they actually hide this camp for decades, until some satellite image pops out revealing the Camp 22 of North Korea. This prison holds almost 50,000 prisoners, which include men and women and even children. Since North Korea may arrest the whole family if one member did something wrong to its country. This prison is dangerous to its people, especially on children, since they are required to work 12 hours every day. Other victims even told horrible stories from this prison, which may be true or not. But one thing is for sure, that it is not acceptable for children to face or experience this horrible situation. Number 7. Lasante Prison. Many people think of Paris as the place of love and sweet and romantic places. But did you know that you can find here one of the most brutal prisons in the world? Lasante Prison in France is widely known for its violence and brutality on its prisoners. In 1999, 124 prisoners took their own life, making it the highest rate of prison suicide in that year. Prisoners are only allowed to go outside their cell for only 4 hours a day. And this prison somehow managed to have hierarchy system, which makes some of the inmates powerful and have better condition on living in this prison, while who are in a lower rank are most likely being badly treated. Number 6. Penal de Ciudad Barrios. I'm sure most of us have watched a movie where there are gangs inside the prison, which would make you think that it only occurs in movie. But you are wrong, because in Penal de Ciudad Barrios in El Salvador is a home of few gangs, including the infamous MS-13 gang and also one of the dangerous gang called Barrios 18. This prison is one of the most dangerous places you could ever been, with these gangs fighting and creating violence every day, to the point that even guards would stay away and would not want to meddle in the fight of these gangs. This type of fights leave several dead people, including some guards, and that's explained why guards are somehow afraid on its prisoners. I guess this prison needs to have a tougher security. Number 5. Tadmor Prison. This prison is one of the most brutal prisons in the world, that even Amnesty International stated that every part of this prison is made to break human rights violations of its inmates, which is, by the way, is true, because it has a record of murders and even massacre which happened in 1980 when President Hafez al-Assad survived an attack from Muslim Brotherhood, and as a revenge, he ordered to kill all the prisoners inside in the most brutal way, which killed approximately 1,000 people in an instant. Brutality is actually an understatement for this prison. Number 4. Gitarama Prison, Rwanda. Gitarama Prison, Rwanda is known as the most crowded prison in the entire world. This prison has a capacity of 400 inmates, but it currently holds 7,000 prisoners, and that is 16.5 times higher than the maximum threshold. Inmates cannot even sit down, so they spend most of the time standing up. This place is so crowded that it causes infections to spread easily throughout other inmates. Medical help is not as helpful as it should be, because they only have one doctor for 7,000 inmates. So most of the time, inmates are dying even before being checked by the doctor. Number 3. Black Dolphin Prison. This prison in Russia is home of the worst people in the world. It holds murderers and even cannibals, which you may guess why this prison can be a brutal place for these criminals. Inmates are not allowed to take rest or even sit, which can be so exhausting. They are also blindfolded whenever they are being transferred from one place to another. There are lots of human rights violations in this prison that would scare you to stay here for even a minute, so you better be good to not experience this kind of hell in the world. Number 2. Carendero Penitentiary. Talking about worst prison, Carendero Penitentiary in Brazil is one of the most qualified candidates, from murders to even massacre, which happens in 1992 where 102 people are shot dead. People would always remember this prison as a place you would truly be afraid to be into. Aside from the violence, there is also major health issue that Carendero Penitentiary is facing. 1 out of 5 prisoners are HIV positive. No wonder why people call it the worst prison in the world. Number 1. The Sabaneta Prison. Venezuela has one of the highest homicide rate in the world, so it is actually not a surprise to know that the prisoners in this country are somehow wild, just like La Sabaneta Prison, where most of the inmates has firearms even though they are inside the jail. This prison is understaffed and also overpopulated. Now think about how dangerous could that be. Aside from that, this prison is full of corruption, so there is actually division of class in terms of inmates. The sad part here is, even though they are inside the jail, they actually have freedom because of corruption. And maybe guards are afraid of them, thus this result in crimes within the prison and even rape. Though prison is actually designed for rehabilitation, we can say that this is more of survival rather than healing. And that concludes our today's video. Prison should be a place for people to realize their wrongdoings. But the reality is that we are lacking of prison all over the world. Thus this gives us an overpopulated jails. And maybe I guess it's okay for people to know the life behind the prison, to know how hard to live inside the prison, for people to be afraid to do bad things. So for you, What prison do you consider as the most dangerous one? Please write it down in the comments. And one more thing, please don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel for you to be updated in our latest video. And that's it for our today's video. Always remember that knowledge is power. Till next time.